Hello everybody, this is Pablo Wegeson back at it again with another YouTube speech, and today's topic is Tisha the Librarian. So who is Tisha the Librarian? So Tisha the Librarian is, her real name is Tisha Aragaki. She works at the Hawaii State Library, which is right over there, and that's her work area. And I did an internship with her. Because, well, basically her public image, is a very smiley, cheerful person, and hey, maybe that's someone wants to do an internship with. She's not like that behind the scenes. Behind the scenes, she's like very emotionally unstable. She talks down to people. And when you stand up to her, she does not like that. So let's talk about the situation, okay? So, the situation was, okay, like, we're at the reference desk, and she's like, oh, remember about the order list? I'm like, what about it? I mean, like, she thought like I was supposed to know about this because she said I went over it with the other librarian. Well, the other librarian did not go over it. I mean, I took notes on it, and not only that, but Tisha Aragaki said, oh, you're supposed to have a notebook. I told her on the first day that I'm going to keep all my information in a folder. Because in a notebook is like, either there's not enough paper, there's too much paper, like folders just more efficient. You just have all the paper you need, and whatever paper you don't need, you can just take it out when it's time. And so I mentioned that in an email. And I just wrote in one of the emails I wrote hey, I never used a notebook since middle school. The folders are more efficient. Oh, Tisha Aragaki was not happy to read about that. But she didn't say it to my face. She complained to the internship coordinator at UH, because that's part of the UH thing at the Library Information Science program. She complained to the internship coordinator, which is Noriko Asato, who I mentioned in previous videos. The one I mentioned in the previous videos about being a professional victim, yes, that one. So Noriko Asato didn't, as an internship coordinator, she could have, hey, let's come together to discuss the issue, and, you say your side of the story, you say the other side of the story, which is what happens in most workplaces, whenever there's a conflict, two people or three or whatever, talk about your side of the story, we understand each other and problem solved. But Noriko Asato did not even want to try that, because Noriko Asato is uniquely afraid of a disagreement. I mean, you think I'm exaggerating, watch the previous videos, and I'll mention what the titles of the previous videos in the video descriptions. So so that's one thing. And it's funny because Tisha Aragaki is upset because of my email. Okay, when I mentioned that in job interviews afterwards, because sometimes job interviewers kind of want to know what's your work history. When did he have problems in your previous workplace? How did he solve it? Blah, blah, blah. I mentioned that at 2 job interviews, and you know what the job interviewers did? They giggled at Tisha. They giggled at what I said about Tisha. They didn't sympathize and act like what I did was so horrible. No, they giggled. When I went, applied for another internship, I mentioned Tisha getting mad because of the email about the notebook and folder. The interviewer giggled and she hired me. She hired me after I told her the story, after she giggled. What did it tell you? It tells you that Tisha is being ridiculous. That Tisha Aragaki handles things ridiculously. That Tisha Aragaki is too afraid of a disagreement, can't handle disagreement very well. And also, later on, I applied for a job with a temporary worker agency. The interviewer wanted to ask, previous work history, and if I had any problems with the previous work history. And I mentioned the Tisha Aragaki situation again. Guess what the interviewer did? Again, giggled. And she hired me. So, if I did was so bad, they wouldn't hire me, right? They wouldn't be giggling. They'd be horrified if it was really bad. But they weren't horrified. They giggled how Tisha is such a ridiculous person. They giggled about how Tisha Aragaki couldn't even handle a simple disagreement. But okay, the whole email and the photo notebook thing, it doesn't end there. Because after the Tisha Aragaki complained to Noriko Asato, Tisha started like a negative campaign against me behind my back. Okay, Tisha, you want to do that? You want to sling mud? I can sling mud, okay? Like, for example, Tisha Aragaki said I made other librarians uncomfortable. Like, who? I never had problems with any other librarians. Not a single disagreement, not a problem, nothing. But if I did, you know what happens in most workplaces? I'll tell you what happens in most workplaces. We discuss the issue. We discuss the issue. We say one side of the story, the other person say the other side of the story. We come to an understanding. And you know the funny thing is, I made other librarians feel uncomfortable. You know what the funny thing is? Months after that, they saw me. They saw me when I'm not even looking. Okay, I'm like looking somewhere else. They saw me. Hey, Pablo. You know what people would actually do if they're uncomfortable and they see me, or they see anybody they feel uncomfortable. You know what they do? They want to say, hey. They'll be like, oh, we never seen that. I'm gonna walk. That's what they do when they see someone uncomfortable, right? They like, you avoid eye contact, walk as fast as possible, hope they don't see you, or you think they're about to see you, look down like. But no, those two librarians that I used to work with that did internship, they say, hey, Pablo, when I'm even looking. So that's probably I didn't make them uncomfortable. So that's like, so Tisha BS. I mean, when Tisha said I make other librarians feel uncomfortable, it's like, you know what it reminds you of? Remember when you're a kid and like, the kid said, nobody likes you. They're not saying that because nobody likes you. They're just saying that to make you feel bad. Oh, you got no friends. They're not saying that because you got no friends. They're just saying that to make you feel bad about yourself. That's how Tisha operates. That's how she operates. She operates at that level. So if Tisha wants to operate at that level, I can operate at that level. She wants to sling mud, I can sling mud. So yeah, so there's another thing too, like Tisha Aragaki tells another librarian that I'm not suitable to work with children. Eh? I've been working 11 years as a substitute teacher. I have several schools that I'm under a priority list. If I'm not suitable for working with children, I've been fired a long time ago. Because remember, substitute teachers don't get as protections as regular full-time teachers. Like regular full-time teachers get union protection and all that. Substitute teachers, if something goes wrong, the principal can ban the student right then and there without going through a hearing or any of that stuff. So if I'm really like such a monster to children, I mean, why am I still at the job? I'm like, okay, if I wasn't suitable to children, okay, can you give me examples? Tisha did not want to bring up an example. I mentioned it to Noriko, okay, what are examples? Noriko didn't say I shouldn't be mad about it. Because Noriko Asato is uniquely afraid of a disagreement. She's so uniquely afraid of a disagreement that she didn't want me to meet with Tisha Aragaki and talk about what I did to make anyone uncomfortable, whether it's the children in the library or the librarians. Noriko Asato does not understand that to solve a problem, you gotta go through a disagreement. You gotta go through a disagreement. People say one thing, the other person say another thing, come to an understanding. That's how you solve problems. You don't solve problems by being afraid of a disagreement. But Noriko Asato does not understand that. Tisha Aragaki does not understand that. This whole issue about the folders and emails and all that could have been solved with a simple meeting that probably wouldn't even last a half hour. It would have been solved. We would have moved on. See, Tisha Aragaki didn't want to solve a problem that's easily solvable. So, and she wants to make all these false innuendos about me. You want to play that game? I can play that game. You want to sling mud? I can sling mud. I can play that game too, Tisha, okay? I can do memes, blogs, YouTube videos, all that stuff. So you think I'm gonna like, hear all this stuff and not say anything back? Phew. And the thing is, like, since you didn't want to, like, you or Tisha Aragaki and Noriko Asato didn't want to, like, have a meeting in private, you know what? If you don't want to solve it in private, these things go public, duh! Anybody who knows about the internet era will know that. Anybody who knows about the world of blogs and YouTube and memes and all that would know that. So Tisha Aragaki, you lost an opportunity to solve a problem. This problem was easily solvable. People don't agree with you. Only Tisha Aragaki, the only person who agree with you is Noriko Asato, because both of you are uniquely afraid of a disagreement. I mentioned that to like supervisors that ended up hiring me. They giggled at you. I mentioned that to like psychologists working at the UH campus. They're like, I mean, you say you could have handled that my part better, but he was more horrified at you. We're talking about psychologists, the guy who's been like trained in and like like dealing with people and all that. So who am I gonna believe? Who more credible? A psychologist who has been spending years studying this, or Tisha Aragaki? I believe the psychologist more. So yeah, so there's consequences for your kind of behavior, Tisha Aragaki. You want to go down to that level? I can go down to that level, okay? You could have solved the problem easier by just having a short little meeting. You could have said one side of the story. You could have said another side of the story. You didn't have to start a fear campaign against me. You want to play, or character assassination, because you want to play that game. I can play the game, but the difference between me and you is that I mentioned facts. Everything I said is a fact. Everything I said is a fact. You want to make false innuendos? I just play with the facts. You could have just brought evidence and all that stuff. You don't have no evidence. So you want to play the game? We can play the game, okay? So you know what? Tisha Aragaki, bye Felicia.